Friends, I want to take you back to a historic moment, the year 2000. Our then Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, stood before the United States Congress, speaking not just as the leader of India, but as the voice of a confident and democratic nation. He shared an idea that still touches the heart, a natural partnership between the world's largest democracy and the world's oldest democracy, working together to shape the future. Vajpayee ji praised the Indian community in America, calling them a strong bridge between the two nations. He reminded the world that India had faced terrorism, survived economic challenges, and yet moved forward with reforms, resilience, and hope. Most importantly, his vision was not limited by borders. He spoke of using technology to fight poverty, hunger, and disease, of building an Asia where every nation has the chance to rise, and of India and the US working together to spread peace and progress across the world. Friends, even after 24 years, those words remain just as relevant. India is stronger, our voice is louder, and our ties with the US are deeper. But Vajpayeeji's dream was not only about India's rise, it was about peace, partnership, and prosperity for all humanity. So as you watch this clip today, reflect with me, have we come closer to that dream? And what can we, as citizens, do to carry that vision forward? Key takeaways from Vajpayee's speech. India-US as natural partners, a relationship built on democracy, freedom, and shared values. Role of the Indian diaspora, a strong bridge of trust and talent between the two nations. India's achievements, resilience against terrorism, recovery from economic crisis, and empowering millions of women in local politics. Economic vision, target of 9% annual growth, openness to reforms, and global investment. Global outlook, appeal to use technology to end poverty, hunger, and disease. Peace and security, call for international cooperation against terrorism, especially Indo-US partnership, vision for Asia, a stable, pluralistic, democratic Asia where no nation dominates others. Nuclear policy, commitment to disarmament, while ensuring India's security concerns are recognized. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe India and the US can work even more closely in the years ahead for global peace and progress? If you believe that dialogue and partnership are the true path to the future, then subscribe to KanoonPlus channel and share this video. Thank you for giving your time. Hope to see you again. And adios. And if you believe in the power of dialogue and partnership, subscribe to this channel and share this video. Let's keep these important conversations alive.
It is with a deep sense of honor that I speak to you today. I would like to thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the members of the Congress for giving me this opportunity. In November 1999, a remarkable event took place in the House of Representatives. By a vote of 396 to 4, the House adopted a resolution congratulating India and my government on the successful elections completed in October 1999. This display of broad-based bipartisan support for strengthening relations with India is heartening. It is a source of encouragement to both President Clinton and to me as we work together to infuse a new quality in our ties. I thank you for the near unique approach that you have adopted towards my country. Those of you who saw the warm response to President Clinton's speech to our Parliament in March this year will recognize that similar cross-party support exists in India as well for deeper engagement with the United States of America. I am also deeply touched by the resolution adopted in the House of 2 days ago, welcoming my visit and the prospect of closer Indo-US understanding. I am equally encouraged by the resolution adopted by the Senate yesterday. Mr. Speaker, American people have shown that democracy and individual liberty provide the conditions in which knowledge progresses, science discovers, innovation occurs, enterprise thrives, and ultimately people advance. More than 1.5 million from my country America is now home. In turn, their industry, enterprise, and skills are contributing to the advancement of American society. I see in the outstanding success of the Indian community in America a metaphor, the most potential that exists in Indo-US relations of what we can achieve together. Just as American experience has been a lesson in what people can achieve in a democratic framework, India has been the laboratory of a democratic process, rising to meet the strongest challenges that can be flung at it. In the half-century of our independence, we have woven an exquisite tapestry. Out of diversity, we have brought unity. The several languages of India speak with one voice under the roof of our parliament. In your remarkable experiment as a nation-state, you have proven the same truth. Out of the huddled masses that you welcome to your shores, you have created a great nation. For me, the most gratifying of the many achievements of Indian democracy has been the change it has brought to the lives of the weak and the vulnerable. To give just one figure, in recent years, it has enabled more than 1 million women in small towns and distant villages to enter local elected councils and to decide on issues that touch upon their lives. Two years ago, while much of Asia was convulsed by economic crisis, India held its course. In the last 10 years, we have grown at 6.5% per year. That puts India among the fast 10 latest growing economies of the world. Economic activity gets more and more diversified by the year. President Clinton and many among the friends gathered here have had occasion to glimpse our advances in information technology. We are determined to sustain the momentum of our economy. Our aim is to double our per capita income in 10 years, and that means we must grow at 9% a year. To achieve this order of growth, we have ushered in comprehensive reforms. We are committed to releasing the creative genius of our people, the enterprising skills of the men and women of the country, of its scientists and craftsmen. At the same time, we in India remain committed to the primacy of the state in fulfilling its social obligations to the deprived, the weak, and the poor. Important sectors of the country's infrastructure, power, insurance, banking, telecom, are being opened to private initiative, domestic and foreign. Trade barriers are being lowered. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, there are forces outside our country that believe that they can use terror to unravel the territorial integrity of India. They wish to show that a multi-religious society cannot exist. They pursue a task in which they are doomed to fail. No country has faced as ferocious an attack of terrorist violence as India has over the last 2 decades. 21,000 were killed by foreign-sponsored terrorists in Punjab alone. 16,000 have been killed in Jammu and Kashmir. As many of you here in the Congress have recent hearings recognized its stark fact, no region is a greater source of terrorism than our neighborhood. Indeed, in our neighborhood in the 21st century, religious war has not just been fashioned into, it has been proclaimed to be an instrument of state policy. Distance offers no insulation. It should not cause complacence. You know, and I know, such evil cannot succeed. But even in failing, it could inflict untold suffering. That is why the United States and India have begun to deepen their cooperation for combating terrorism. We must redouble these efforts. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, there was a time when we were on the other side of each other's globes. Today, on every digital map, India and the United States are neighbors and partners. India and the United States have taken the lead in shaping the information age. Over the last decade, this new technology has sustained American prosperity in a way that has challenged conventional wisdom on economic growth. We are two nations blessed with extraordinary resources and talent. Measured in terms of the industries of tomorrow, we are together defining the partnership of the future. But our two countries have the potential to do more to shape the character of the global economy in this century. We should turn the example of our own cooperation into a partnership that uses the possibility of new technologies for defining new ways of fighting poverty, illiteracy, hunger, disease, and pollution. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, we believe that India and America can and should march hand in hand towards a world in which economic conditions improve for all. A situation that provides comfortable living standards to 1/3 of the world's population, but condemns the remaining 2/3 to poverty and want is unsustainable. The foremost responsibility that the 21st century has cast on all of us is to change this unacceptable legacy of the past. It should be our common endeavor to overcome this legacy. I therefore propose a comprehensive global dialogue on development. We would be happy to offer New Delhi as the venue for this dialogue. In this Congress, you have often expressed concern about the future contours of Asia. Will it be an Asia that will be at peace with itself, or will it be a continent where countries seek to redraw boundaries and settle claims, historical or imaginary, through force? We seek an Asia where power does not threaten stability and security. We do not want the domination of some to crowd out the space for others. We must create an Asia where cooperative rather than aggressive assertion of national self-interest defines behavior among nations. If we want an Asia fashioned on such ideals, a democratic, prosperous, tolerant, pluralistic, stable Asia, if we want an Asia where our vital interests are secure, then it is necessary for us to re-examine old assumptions. It is imperative for India and the United States to work together more closely in pursuit of these goals. In the years ahead, a strong, democratic and economically prosperous India is standing at the crossroads of all the major cultural and economic zones of Asia will be an indispensable factor of stability in the region. Our cooperation for peace and stability requires us to also define the principles of our own engagement. We must be prepared to accommodate our respective concerns. We must have mutual confidence to acknowledge our respective roles and complementary responsibilities in areas of vital importance to each of us. Security issues have cast a shadow on our relationship. I believe this is unnecessary. We have much in common and no clash of interests. We both share a commitment to ultimately eliminating nuclear weapons. We have both declared voluntary moratoriums on testing. India understands your concerns. We do not wish to unravel your non-proliferation efforts. We wish you to understand our security concerns. We are at a historic moment in our ties. As we embark on our common endeavor to build a new relationship, we must give practical shape to our shared belief that democracies can be friends, partners, and allies. In recent years, through all the good and difficult times, we have spoken to each other more often than we have ever done in the past. I thank President Clinton for this leadership and vision in steering this dialogue. I sincerely thank members of this Congress for supporting and encouraging this process. As we talk with candor, we open the doors to new possibilities and new areas of cooperation in advancing democracy, in combating terrorism, in energy and environment, science and technology, and in international peacekeeping. And we are discovering that our shared values and common interests are leading us to seek a natural partnership of shared endeavors. India and the United States have taken a decisive step away from the past. The dawn of the new century has marked a new beginning in our relations. Let us work to fulfill this promise and the hope of today. Let us remove the shadow of hesitation that lies between us and our joint vision. Let us use the strength of all that we have in common to build together a future that we wish for ourselves and for the world that we live in. Thank you.
Friends, don't forget to share your views in the comment box and subscribe to KanoonPlus channel.